Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of family and connecting with your family. So I know that some of my how do I say this? I think some of my darker writing occurred when I was furthest from my family. I remember a time in 2007 I was going through a really rough time personally, and I just decided not to show up to Thanksgiving. I just thought, like, I'm not gonna go. I remember I had gone out the night before and just woke up super late on the day of Thanksgiving, and I was like, man, I don't need to do this. And I remember just obviously in general my life was it was not doing great, but also the work I was doing. I was doing some film then, but my music was suffering just undoubtedly in connection with the personal issues that were going on. And then by me pushing away not only friends, but pushing away family, it impacted my entire process of writing. I couldn't even think of how to write or what to write in that area, and it was all it was a lot of just like really how do I say it? It almost justified the ego in that situation. I wrote a lot of things to like justify why I was in that place and why I didn't talk to family, and it really looking back at it, there were some okay songs that came out of it, but there was a lot of disconnect from myself and my craft that occurred then, and it took a lot of time to get back to writing, getting back to my core and why I was writing in the first place, and really getting down to writing more than just rap songs and lyrics. It was getting back to writing spoken word, and I couldn't write a lick of spoken word in that area. I couldn't write a short story to save my life in that area. And so for me, being an artist and connecting with family, there may be some family members that you have to draw a barrier with, and that's okay. And you just say, I mean, for me, this is my experience. I shouldn't say you, because this is my experience, hopefully giving you some insight into how you can go about it for yourself. But I had to draw a healthy barrier with some family members, but then also understand that that's what the relationship is going to be, and that I can participate in that relationship within those confines or without those confines. It depends on the family member. And what happened was an open lane of communication between me and certain family members that I would have never thought I'd be able to talk to. My family, there's certain subject matters that we don't talk about. But if I'm one-on-one with somebody, I try to find a way to discuss that subject matter just with grace and some modicum of, more than a modicum of respect. And the relationships that open up to you when you do that is huge. And I think I began texting one family member that I never thought that I would have a connect with, and we my perspective opened up to this person, and it really it affected me as a human and obviously as an artist as well. And the more like limitations that I decrease or disappear, I think the more agency I gain as an artist, and the more space I give myself as an artist occurs. And so it became really important to me to have a connection with my family. And also when I became an uncle. So I really noticed things turn up when I was an uncle, because you got these little kids that are like, Uncle Tucson, and they know when you haven't been around in a while. And so and you feel it too. You're like, am I being a bad uncle? And so it really kept me to task when my nephews came along. And so kind of discovering that really changed my perception of how I write, when I write, who I'm writing for, and what I want to accomplish in my career. And having my nephews be born, I actually started this this project called Reading with Toussaint. And so I take all these short stories that I've written, and I read them into a microphone, and it's kind of like a podcast. And so I do that, and I look forward to down the road. And this wasn't fully for my nephews, but it was to the idea of that sometime down the road, they can look at these stories that their uncle wrote, and they can hear me reading them as well, and they can also read them if they want to too. And so projects took somewhat of a dramatic turn into what they mean and what they're rooted in once I started getting involved with my family more and these people that are really close to me. And so with that being said, I'd encourage any artist, and I'd encourage everybody to be close with their family if they can be. I know some relationships are too toxic or dangerous or abusive to be a part of it, but if you can, definitely take the opportunity to do that. And if you're an artist and you're trying to develop a relationship with your family, know that it'll only help you and your craft going forward. And this is my personal experience. It could be different for everybody else, totally different. But I figured that this is a useful topic to speak on, and I think it's really important to me. Before, it wasn't important to me at all. I took my family for granted. I was like, I'll see you at the next holiday, see you at Easter, and now it's definitely something I keep in touch with a lot. And so this coming Christmas, me and my cousin, we're taking over. We're going to be hosting, so I'm looking forward to that, and just taking more responsibility with my family, and that means me just being a better human, and obviously makes me a better writer and better artist. So yeah, if you have any ideas or questions about that, put them in the comment section. Would love to hear how family is connected to your art and craft, if at all. And to wrap things up, please check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Toussaint Morrison. Reading with Toussaint is actually going to go up on it soon, where you'll get early releases of Reading with Toussaint before it comes out. So there's that. And you can get tons of unreleased content, early content, and cool stuff for less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month. All right, that's that. We'll see you in the next video.